Mikey's Drive Time on Brentwood and Billericay's Phoenix FM in association with Papa John's Pizza in Brentwood. That was, of course, Crowded House and Saturday Sun. On the way next, we've got Kings of Leon and Super Soaker. In the studio with me this afternoon, we've got Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
How are you doing? All right?
Yes, very good, thank you.
Good, you're looking very well. I haven't seen you for a while.
Thank you, I know.
You're looking good. You're looking good. Is it still chilly out there? Chilly.
It is very cold.
It isn't it? That's 4 degrees it is this afternoon, the high. I can't believe it's that.
I know.
It's a lot lower than that.
It is.
2 degrees, 1 degree.
It must be.
Now, so, what we got coming up in tomorrow's Brentwood Gazette?
Well, we have many stories. We have 30-odd pages of fantastic news, as always.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear.
That's right. But there's two things that stand out for me this week. First off was, as many of you might well know if you were caught up in the chaos on Friday morning, it was snowy and there was a crash on the A12 near Ingatestone.
What time Friday morning?
It was about, well, it was supposed to be recorded around about 7:15 in the morning.
Oh, that's early, Curly.
It is indeed. But there's a twist to this. So It wasn't just a simple crash. A gentleman, obviously it was very slippery, and he lost control of his car, who knows why, spun off into a ditch by the side of the road near the Ingatestone bypass. On the A12, and heard, so luckily he was all right, got out of his car, heard somebody honking their horn. So he looked around and discovered a car on its roof, window smashed.
Did they spin off at the same time, or was this one?
No. He spun off at the same location, but this was at around about, fire crews reckon, half an hour.
Oh my word! So the car's been on its roof with someone in it for half an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my word!
Overturned in a field, which is not nice.
No, that's not nice at all.
So this is quite an incredible story, really. So the woman was presumably upside down in her car for half an hour, honking the horn, vainly trying to get attention.
Oh, what a poor woman.
Luckily, I suppose you could say, this chap had an off. He was all right. I think his car was all right as well.
Yeah.
And discovered her, and fire crews came, and so did the ambulance, and she was flown to hospital with hypothermia and a suspected head injury, but she was all right. She was uninjured.
Really? So hypothermia had started to set in after half an hour.
I spoke to one of the fire officers there, and he was saying that because she was flying away at about 9 o'clock, so she'd been in the car for probably a couple of hours or so. I spoke to the fire officer there, and he was saying that she was very lucky because she actually went through a fence on her way into this field. Yeah. And it could well have been a fatal accident, but she's luckily all right.
Now, hypothermia is really, really weird because you feel cold to start with, that once it sets in, you don't feel cold anymore, apparently. Not that I know. I've never had it or anything. I don't know anyone that's had it, and I don't want to. No. And that's quite worrying because she could have laid in the field and no, I'm all right, I'm okay. Yeah. No, actually, you're not. Your body started to close down.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's an incredible story. I mean, she must have been on her way to work, or you would assume, and she had her life turned upside down, quite literally, you could say. And but luckily, she was fine.
She's all okay now. Yeah. She's out of hospital and everything's fine.
So she was flown to Queens at about 9 o'clock in the morning by air ambulance.
Yeah.
And I got a call from the police late afternoon about 1 saying she was uninjured.
Oh, thank heavens for that.
Presumably released from hospital.
Thank heavens. Don't worry about the car. The car's just a piece of metal.
The car's a material, isn't it? Compared to your life.
It is. It's ridiculous.
It's incredible. And so that was why you were stuck in a traffic jam for a couple of hours on Friday morning. But it was for a reason, and it was a good outcome.
Oh, thank heavens she's okay. So what else we got coming up then, Joe?
Well, we this week decided to get a bit creative on the Gazette, which we do like to do every now and again. And we've thrown out a question. We've lumped it on the front page.
Right.
Perhaps lump's the wrong word. Should think before I speak in this microphone. So we've
slung it. We're slung it on the front page.
We've just slapped it on. No, we've done lots of work into thinking about this question. It is with Crossrail coming, Crossrail work started on Sunday. In Fry's Avenue car park in Shenfield. Now, with that coming, we ask: should Brentwood become a London borough?
Right.
Now, this is...
is there any fear of this? Is it?
No. It is completely a a broad question
right.
asked by us. It doesn't come from any government proposal or anything. It's just from, we found out, one of my colleagues has found out that London, which makes sense, London has always expanded after something has happened, if that makes sense. So, for example, Crossrail's coming.
Yeah.
We've already got the 498 bus route from Sainsbury's to Queen's Hospital in Romford.
Yeah.
Oysters here.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
Housing's being built over the next
slowly,
years. Slowly but surely. I mean, Havering's just a stone's throw away over the M25. Could it ever happen that Brentwood becomes a London borough? Could we become the 34th borough we've become?
Well, if they were, I mean, when you look at the congestion charging alone, that every now and again that gets a little bit bigger in certain areas.
It does.
I can see them making that inside the M25.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it may not be till 30, 40 years. It will be within the M25. You pay a congestion charge.
Yeah.
If that happens, we're really close. We're really close.
Absolutely. I mean, and as I say, I must stress this is absolutely pure conjecture on our part.
Yeah.
Nothing has ever been said this is ever going to happen. But nevertheless, we put the question out there, spoken to planners, academic planning experts, spoken to politicians to get their take, spoken to transport people to get their take. And the reaction, unsurprisingly, has been quite mixed. You get some people who say it's going to happen, like it or lump it, because of Crossrail coming and TfL running the route from May, etc. You get others saying we're Essex and we're proud. Yeah,
but people say that about Romford. The amount of conversation. I mean, I used to live in Romford years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
The amount of conversations I've had with people. Now, I went to I can't remember what it was. I was working on a radio station in Romford, and it was a centenary or something like that. It was some sort of anniversary of the date when Romford became a London borough. Romford
1965.
And that's it, yes. Yeah. Romford is the London borough of Havering.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's right.
But people still put Romford Essex.
They do. And
they go, it's got an Essex postcode. No, it hasn't. It's got a London postcode. RM is a London postcode.
Indeed.
Although RM does go out to Thurrock. And Thurrock is Essex. Thurrock isn't London.
It is.
So this is a very, very fine line here. But the amount of conversations I've had with people, no, Romford's Essex. It's not Essex, it's London. It's the London borough of Havering.
Yeah.
But they won't have it. People won't have it.
No, indeed. And it's interesting. And we just put it out there, and you will find out tomorrow on the Gazette.
Well, I'm going to look at that. I'm going to get one of those now. I'm going to have a shufty at that.
There you go.
Well, Joe, thank you very much for coming in.
No problem.
And we'll speak to you again soon.
Indeed.